Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. I'm Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. My trademark style in this series so far has been to complain about how unlucky I am and then still win because I've actually been really lucky. So I'm very happy to be here in Adventure Deck 2, not having failed yet. We're up to Crowbait. So this one normally has the rule that when you discard more than one card as damage, you bury one, which is basically like nothing, and who even cares? However, on Legendary difficulty, you take damage when you encounter an ally, and you also have to bury a card. So that card is basically buried whenever you encounter an ally, and the original rule is actually still there. Although it's worse, yeah, more than one card, whereas this is just take damage from combat, so some cards get buried. Other than that, though, this is a pretty generic scenario. I don't hold it against the designers, not Obsidian, obviously, because Obsidian didn't make this, but the original designers of the game. I don't hold it against them for having some generic scenarios every once in a while, because I think the core gameplay of hunting down the villain, closing locations is fun. What's not fun is having all your checks harder by 2 and Bane's harder by 3 on top of that. I've seen way too many Darkest Nights. In fact, I'm starting to doubt that this really is the Darkest Night, because there have been so many nights up till now claiming to have been the darkest. So now all Banes are harder by 5. It's harder to close locations by 2. I guess luckily in this scenario there are some locations that just banish a card to close. But yeah, it's a bitch. I've not been super lucky with those wild cards. Okay, so here we go. We got Roger's Craesby Jesus. There's 2 combat checks on this guy, and other than that, he's pretty generic. Then we got our Scarecrow Golem, which is immune to attack spells, so that's a little bit of an extra fuck you to any spellcasters who might be around. And then these guys are pretty generic. So it's a pretty generic scenario for the most part, but again, I don't mind that every once in a while. We do have a jutting location here. Luckily, it's a pretty easy one. It's just a banish a card location, and you can automatically encounter or acquire allies by recharging something. So I can actually pick whoever goes there goes last. Let's put Harsk in his favorite place, the woods. Interestingly, the wooden bridge is a place I'm considering putting Ezrin because he has invisibility and that can auto-succeed at this check. So I guess I'll put Ezrin close to the wooden bridge, and then if he finds invisibility, I'll move him over. Amiri will be taking on the guard tower, so we'll start her at the farmhouse and move into the guard tower. No reason to fight Ben Henchman if I can avoid it. We will put... well, where does Sione go? Intelligence or Craft 6. It's kind of Ezrin's jam, really. And then this place, I guess she can go... I guess she'll go here. Even though you can recharge a card to automatically acquire an ally here, it's actually still good to be someone who has a good charisma, because if you can pick up the ally, that's even better. Then we're going to put, I guess, Sela over here, and that leaves Kira. There's no good place for Kira now. I guess I could put Sela here, because she has a D6 for intelligence. Sione might be able to stride out of here if she closes this before Sela closes hers, or if she closes it after Sela closes hers, and then I can have Kira go here and tackle the Desecrated Vault. Yeah, let's try it like that. Okay, so we're starting out here. Do a little bit of scouting. Sanctuary is garbage, so I'm happy to not have to deal with it. Oh, this place is really good for Ezrin, isn't it? Because it's got 2 spells in it, so that gives extra chances for extra explorers. I probably messed it up. I should have gone there with Ezrin. Well, we got a blessing, which is nice. I suppose I will flip a card to try to get this blessing. Nice. Thanks, Driving Rain. That fucked me up. God, I hate Driving Rain. So, oh no! Oh no! Oh man, if I had just not done that, I would have scouted him at the end of Sela's turn, and this would have been an easy peasy pumpkin cheesy scenario. But instead, I mean, it's not the end of the world. We're gonna have to spend some resources. Some locations will get closed, but it's a pain in the ass. God, oh, and you have a Glaive against the Spectre, so he's not going to succeed, because if it doesn't have the magic trait, it's undefeated. But did Sione draw her magic orb? She did, yes! Suck on that, you dick bag! Alright, I guess Harsk can fire an arrow, that's fine. Let's shoot away some armor. I've got to reroll because it is a Glaive. Okay, so that closes. Harsk, I'm probably just going to roll this. I don't really care that much if the villain ends up here, because Harsk will scout him. as long as he's not at the very top. Yeah, so I mean, if I close, it's great. If I don't close it, the villain being there isn't a big deal. All right, Kira will just... it's a coin flip. Oh, fucking driving rain, such a problem. I guess I don't care that much if the villain ends up here. It's a 50-50 chance he ends up under the henchman. So we'll just do that. And then Ezrin here, he has to banish a card. Well, there's no barriers here. I guess I'm just gonna banish Thieves' Tools. Alright, and she has to banish a card as well. I don't actually want to banish any of these cards. They're all kind of good. So I will let him go to the village house. God darn it, I'm so annoyed. Well, I can't get lucky forever. At least I am lucky in that I have a weapon in hand. If I didn't have a weapon, this would be really, really annoying. So at least there's that. Okay, so he's harder by 5, which is a pain. Did you guys get your strengths? No. Okay, I guess I should save Poog for the next check. And Gazra's not very helpful. Okay, I guess we're just gonna throw a bunch of arrows at this guy. So we'll do that. We'll spend a blessing here. Obviously, you should flip a card. Sucks to lose Pallegina, but that is not the end of the world either. Alright, I think Combat 21's probably still better than Divine 15 for her, so we'll reveal that. Flip a card. Play this blessing for 2 more dice. And yeah, I'll fire 1 more shot. I guess I don't need this crossbow since I have the dagger +1. Oh my god. That was stupendously bad. Look at these dice. That's 7 dice that were all lower than 3. Well, I guess this is what the rerolls are for. So yeah. And now he can end up anywhere. Oh, it's so tempting to just keep on whining about the fact that had I not explored, I would have, just scouted him and it would have had another easy scenario. But you know what? In a way, I'm glad. In a way, I'm glad that happened because I'm sure that you've been sick to Jesus of just seeing me constantly scouting out the villain and then, having an easy time. So now you're gonna make me, you get to watch me work for it. So that's good, right? Okay, let's augur the general store. And find nothing. Excellent. Just what I was hoping for. Oh no, I wanted to look. Please let me look. Let me look, please. Oh, thank goodness. Oh yes, invisibility. That's actually really nice. Okay, so now I know I don't need to go to the general store. I can get to work on the wooden bridge. Of course, there is a villain. The villain could be here, but that's life. All right, giant. Oh god, everything is so hard. This is normally a combat 8, which is not like even a big deal. It'd be like an auto success practically. Instead, it's only a 66% chance. Harsk's running out of arrows here, but 91. I guess it's just gonna have to make do. Whew, I saw that 1 on the 12 and got scared. Luckily, my D4s were all. Luckily, the D4s were all 4s, so made up for my big die failing horribly. Okay, so I guess that's that. I mean, I'm kind of optimistic that Ezrin will even be able to find the henchman or villain here, but on the flip side, even if not, and he just ends up being a temp closer, he's got the invisibility that he can guarantee that he does temp close it. Holy text. That's interesting, but not really worth going for. So we'll let that go. I don't really want to discard Poog for an Explore, so we'll discard a Blessing for an Explore. Favor of Pharasma. This would be like an auto succeed. Instead, it's a 70% chance. I guess I'll take it. Luckily, it worked. I'm not going to discard this to Explore because it's on spells, which is pretty darn handy. So we'll let that go. And I guess we're just going to end the turn. Okay, there's Strength. That could be nice. Oh, man. So I guess Amiri will stick to the plan and go to the guard tower. She'll just keep bouncing in and out of the guard tower. And hopefully I find a henchman here. That's nice. I don't need the stage, so we'll just discard her to go again. Would be nice to get some more weapons, but I think I'm a little bit on the back foot here, so I'm just gonna let this go. Got a lot of blessings in my hand. I suppose I can at least spend 1 to go again. Archer. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'll recharge the armor to block that. And totally failed to pick up the archer. Nice. Thanks, Archer. Oh, you won. Amiri's in the company of the healers, so I think I'm just going to go broke here. And use all the blessings to explore. Alright, that's not necessarily bad. I mean, I hate that weapon, but it gives me something to discard to Adrian Brodert over here. And I'm going to fail to pick him up. Well, I definitely made some progress digging through the guard tower. And what I can do now at the end of my turn is flip over here, pull Sela in so that her scouting isn't wasted. And I think either Sela or Kira have a cure. Yeah, Kira has a cure. She hasn't done anything yet. So I can use the cure on Amiri for absolutely minimum value. And, well, at least it's, you know, it's 2 cards that were healed. Does Sela have a cure? She does. She's got 5 cards, though, in her own discard. It's more prudent to use it on herself. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to remember that Sela has only a single cure, not 2 of them, as I randomly, for no reason, thought. And try to recharge this thing. And failed because of the driving rain. Driving rain is one of my least favorite. I think I've said that for like 5 different things now, but driving rain really just is one of my least favorite ones of all time. Okay, this is actually pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard my dog slicer because I just hate that weapon. And we can succeed. Oh, look at that dog slicer. Look at that fucking slice that. Oh, no, don't do this to me. Don't do this, please. No. Oh, no! Oh, my God, that's so frustrating. Oh my God, that's so frustrating. Oh, I can't afford that. I needed to close this place and then, like, move on. Now Kira's going to be stuck at that location with 11 cards in it for who knows how long. Oh my God, that was painful. And even recharging a dagger, I'm only at a 37% chance of success. Good Christ. Anybody got a agility? Nope. I guess we'll just spend a blessing. It matches the Lemesh too, so I can bury it for 2 extra dice. My God, that was so annoying. All right, I'm gonna just discard this fox and go again. If I find a monster, the monster can whack me and then be banished because it's the woods. Oh my God, it's the ghoul scarecrow. All right, well, we're gonna have to punch it with our fists. There's just no way around it. So there goes the strength, there goes the poog. I guess here's the favor of Pharasma for 2 extra dice. And a blessing of the gods counts double here. So we'll do this. Oh man, that was just hilarious. Alright, let's close the location. I need to spend a blessing. This is like my last one. Luckily, it gives 2 dice. So, okay, I've closed 2 locations. It's not quite as good as you'd normally expect, though, because, of course, the villain hasn't been scouted, so I need to, like, still try to go really fast, and I'm almost out of blessings. Well, at least Hearths pick up a couple of blessings. That's nice. Alright. Maybe the henchman's back on top? No. No, not a chance. Okay, cool. So, what does she want to do? I guess she is kind of in a weird spot here. Oh, being pulled over wasn't that good, was it? Because I wanted her to go to the general store. But now she can't go there. Oh, man. That's a problem. Okay, I guess we'll just take a turn at the guard tower. Because I don't want to put her on the bridge, for sure. At least she can actually close the guard tower. Sure, I'll flip a card. It's a slightly better than a coin flip chance of getting this potion, and if I do get it, I'll just use it and get some cards back. So the flipping, you know, made a difference. I can now banish it and get back a card. Well, you know, it's what I like to do, is just get minimum value out of all my cards. I'm going to go ahead and discard my Chainmail and Bastard Sword, because I do not need all these weapons. And I'd like to get more blessings. And my cure back, actually, as well would be good. No, didn't happen. Cool. Alright, what I'm going to do here is cast Stride on Sela. So that she can go to a better place. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Well, let's see. What is Amiri doing? Amiri's going to the guard tower. If I stride Sela here, Amiri's not going to be able to pull Sela anywhere closer to the general store, is the thing. There's no point in striding Sela there because she can just go there. I guess I'm going to just stride Sela so that she doesn't have to fight a banded henchman, because the henchmen are kind of an actual problem when their difficulty is increased by 5. Okay, there's agility, which could be useful for something. I feel like I've already missed the boat for agility being useful, but whatever. Alright, so that's... Oh my god, I messed up. Oh my god, I cast Stride before I moved, and that bug robbed me of an Explore. That's just lovely. Okay. Well, do I try to go for this thing? It would cost me a blessing. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. You look at the top 3 cards, and then you get to take one, and then you put the other ones on top. I feel like it would be nice to be able to scout this location. Or I could just roll minimum values on everything and waste a blessing for no reason. Alright, perfect. Great. Glad that happened. Okay, okay, I think this might be my first time failing, because things are going rough here. We've wasted a third of the time, and pretty much don't have anything to show for it. I still could find the villain. I could still scout the villain and get lucky. Oh, right, they both had Stride. I could have double-stroded them. Somebody's got to get to that general store. But now that I've... Okay, you know what I'm actually going to do? Hang on. I'm going to Stride Harsk. Because Harsk actually closed his location. If I Stride him, he can make it over to the general store and actually get to work on it. That's what I got to do. Okay. Well, I have a plan. I don't know if it'll be good enough, but at least it exists. Alright, Amiri is going to go back to that damn guard tower. And, what do we got? We got a healing potion on the bottom. Alright, glad I didn't use my spyglass. Let's go ahead and pop this spike chain for a nice 50% chance of defeating it. Get rid of the heavy crossbow. 78%. Jeez. Alright, I guess we're using an orb of fire for that extra little push. Alright, the spike chain can be re-rolled. So the 92% success rate that failed is okay, and I still have another weapon, so it's fine. Now to close this, it should have been a guaranteed, or an almost guaranteed, but because of the driving rain, of course it's not. I'm going to bury the Thieves' Tools because with barriers being harder by 5, the Thieves' Tools are just totally worthless. Okay, so that's actually kind of nice. What's the effect on this? Banish a card from your hand to draw a random new ally. Okay, yeah, I guess I could do that and try to get something better than a Troubadour, but I'm not going to be bothered. So let's do this, and let's move. Where do I want to move? So I can effectively double up with Sela or double up with Kira. I'm not as good at closing this because I obviously don't have the Divine skill. I'm much better at fighting a random monster, but the farmhouse cannot have the villain in it because it was closed. The farmhouse is also more out of the way. Let me think about this. If I do move over here, what can I really get to? Nothing, because I've already spent both of my strides. So yeah, I guess I'm going to go over here and hang out with Sela. Alright. Got a little lucky there recharging my orb, which is nice. And Kira's up. What's up top here? Oh, I don't know yet. Alright. Sneak attack. Wisdom or discard it. Okay, I'm going to have to discard the Thieves' Tools, which isn't the end of the world. And fighting this guy is going to be tough. It's sort of a high combat check. Harsk, you got any more ammunition in that gun? You do. And 79% is still not good enough. This is not a rechargeable attack. I guess Amiri will spend her blessing. Luckily, that time I did make it. And I'm going to go ahead and explore again with my favorite guy here. Getting rid of some bracers. Well, didn't get rid of a monster, unfortunately, but I'm going to pass here because blessings are pretty valuable. And if I have to, like, go balls to the walls later, then I will. Okay, so Harsk is going to go over to the general store. I do need to be a little bit careful to make sure that I always keep something on hand that I can banish. I don't mind parting with the Wayfinder. Yeah, I definitely don't need to use it. There's a snake. Crap, that's annoying. I don't want to lose any of these cards. Alright, I guess we're going to get rid of a Troubadour so I can banish the Wayfinder at the end. Survival 10. Oh, it's not a villain, it's a snake. Right. This thing can't even be used to go again, so I'm just going to let it go. I do get an extra explore because it was not a weapon, armor, or item, which is nice. Orb of Shocking. Well, it's nice. I've already got a couple of these. We're going to have to just let that go. That is an item, so I don't get to explore again. And I'm not going to spend the blessing to go again. Let's do some scouting here. Invigorating shield. Alright, well that's unfortunate because it's going to not give me an extra exploration and I'm not going to pick it up. Alright, Sila's up, scouting out the farmhouse. There's a goblin dog, which is annoying because it's not a villain or henchman and it doesn't go to the bottom of the deck. I actually will just discard the longsword here. I'm trying not to use my blessings in making these checks. I don't need a troubadour at all in this location, so I'm going to discard that for the extra explore. Oh, collapse ceiling. God, that's such an annoying one. I don't want to do agility because that would require using her dexterity. Luckily we have this for 2 d6s. She can give herself another one. This thing is annoying because you have to defeat it. You absolutely have to. Here's the 8, I suppose. That's a good time to use it. You've got to be kidding me. Every single one of 6 dice rolled a 3 or less. Oh, Christ. Okay, so now Sila's trapped under a collapsed ceiling, which is great. And her scouting is wasted because it's still there. I guess Amiri can come over and take care of it. It's still just such a pain in the ass. Alright, there's a dare. Man, these allies just keep coming up. I guess I'll use my Amulet of Life to block the damage. And recharge it despite the driving rain. Now, can I actually pick this guy up? Nope. So he goes away. Oh man, this has been such a tough scenario. I bumped into the villain right before I would have scouted him. I killed a henchman in one location and then failed a 1 in 6 chance to not have the henchman. Oh shit, on a stick. Alright, there's the villain. So, oh my god, everything's actually blocked up. Oh my god, we have to go for it. We have to go for it right here, right now, right about now. Funk's brother, check it out now. That's what it has to be. I didn't even know I had actually covered all the open locations, but we have to do this. So, that could be a lucky thing, because if the villain had hid out and was stuck somewhere in a bad place, I would have potentially just lost because of not having enough time. But as it is, there is a chance that I can actually make both checks with Sayoni. I don't have very many blessings. I do need to close all these locations. I have strength and agility, which don't help her, but still there's a chance. So let's do it. We need to close this. I need divine. Can this do divine? No, that can't do anything useful. Good. I suppose the most logical person to use blessings is Kira herself because she has the most. Unfortunately, 90% doesn't quite cut it. 1 blessing, there's 2 blessings there, there's a single blessing there, and I still do need blessings for both combat checks. I can't handle, though, 2d6 to roll a 6. It's just too loose. I would have made it, but I think it was still the correct play to hedge my bets. Alright, Harisk has a pretty easy close. He just needs to banish something. I guess we'll banish... The Wayfinder's really just not very good. And the last one then is the farmhouse. This is interesting because I can have Sila and Amiri both take a crack at it. We only have to decide which one to do first. So I guess I'll do Amiri first. She can rage against the machine, and she has a reroll available with her glaive and long spear. So then if she... what I'm hoping for, basically, is that she can make this without having to use anyone's resources. So it's like 86%, so it's like a little bit long odds, but that way Horus doesn't have to shoot anything at her. And if Amiri fails, then Sila can try it. Okay, Amiri got it. So now... Oh, bury 15 cards. That's actually kind of a tricky one. I'm amazed I've gotten... Oh yeah, I guess the reason I've been burying so many cards is that this scenario power is a bitch. Well, we have enough combat spells. It's just a matter of getting up to a 17 and a 20 with these... Or 18 and a 20 because I failed the Constitution deck. Yeah, 18 and a 21 combat. So we're going to save, I guess, the Acid Arrow for the second check. Let's do the Force Missile on this check. Harsk will shoot something. Kira has just a bunch of blessings, so she can just spend one. None of these blessings give more than 1 die. So we're up to 93%. Alright, so should we use another resource to push it over the edge? Yes. This will be a little D4. So let's just push that up. Oh, it's actually undead, so it's actually adding a D8. Okay, perfect. So now we're up to 99%. And now Seoni gets to use Acid Arrow for the second check. We'll pop the Incanter and all the remaining blessings on this one. Bury that. Shoot an arrow. Do a blessing. And it's guaranteed. Oh my goodness. Well, I've been unlucky, but lucky enough. I did have some crazy rolls where I rolled a mountain of dice and failed a check, but in the end I was lucky because Seoni just happened to bump into the villain when everybody was at an open location, and I'd closed enough locations at that point that I could surprise snare the villain for victory. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did. And if you want to stick around and watch me dither with the rewards, let's do it. Get an elven... Are we all getting an armor? Is that the reward? Yeah, we all get an armor. Well, it's not great, obviously, but at least it should allow me to upgrade some of my basic armors with magical ones, which is good because that means I can start recharging them instead of discarding them to clear the way, although I'm getting some garbage. Well, these two will get used, so there's 2 out of 5. Make that 3 out of 6 were actually usable. Okay, let's go ahead and do some dithering. So, first of all, I want to get rid of chainmail, and I want to get rid of the chain shirt, because Sela is the only one with heavy armor proficiency. So anybody here who found a magical heavy armor, like Harsk, he can't keep it, he needs to give it to Sela. Did anybody else get a magical heavy armor? Yes, you did. Okay, so perfect. She's actually... Oh, no. Oh, right! Oh my god, she's only got 2 armors. I'm used to her having 3, but she only has 2 because it is, you know, formal Sela or whatever the hell. Alright, Ezrin, I guess, will take back his Thieves' Tools, although these are rapidly becoming useless, unfortunately. I'm actually going to get rid of this stupid Doctrine. I never wanted that in the first place. So, let's see. I guess you're getting a Codex for some reason. You need to get rid of a Dog Slicer and a Blessing. Is there any other stupid blessings floating around that I wish I could just take? Wait, you know what I can do? Hang on a minute. Can't I just go in here and, like, what if I give somebody a blessing, right? And then I put this back and I replace it with one of my blessings in the stash, right? I can do that, yeah? So, like, I can do that one more time and get rid of one of these blessings that I don't want. Yeah, this is a little weird. So I'm basically just trying to, like, manually get rid of everything in my unclaimed area. This is a really good blessing, but I feel like taking it would be, like, a little bit cheaty. Granted, I've already been cheaty by taking Pallegina and this Goblin Golem, both of which have been quite good. But I don't think they've been game-breaking, and I don't know that this blessing would necessarily be... Oops. This blessing would necessarily be game-breaking either, but getting 2 dice on any melee check is very, very helpful for Sela, Amiri, and Kira, and it's just totally unconditional. And unlike the Blessing of Lemashtu, it doesn't get buried, so... yeah. Okay. I guess there's still an extra blessing? Right? Oh, can I just do it for all of these? Is that what happens? I can just do this infinitely? I can do this, go to the stash, put the blessing back. Right. Yeah, okay, cool. Or maybe I don't even need to have anything in the stash. It's just a way of getting rid of all the crap. Is there any other crap in the unclaimed area? Yes, actually. Let's go ahead and give you these Animal Bane daggers. Oh, I could have done this to begin with. You can just put them in and throw them out. Okay. I don't want any more of these. I'm happy with the 2 that I took. Taking a little more would, I think, be a bit excessive. So there we go. Now I can throw them all away. Perfect. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's go to view all, make sure I'm not throwing away anything. So, oh, wait a minute. For the next scenario, I need Aldern Foxglove. So who takes him? So it needs to be somebody who goes through their deck pretty fast. So maybe Ezrin or Seoni. Let's do Seoni. She has a bunch of allies to work with. Let's get rid of a Troubadour, put in Mr. Aldern. which will be handy. Yeah, okay, so I'm glad I took a look in the view all area to remember that. There's a troubadour in there, so I should check to see people's allies. Is anybody toting around a dumb ally? No, no. Everything's fine. Okay, yep, all those are fine. And we got all these blessings I threw away. Fine with that, fine with that. Okay, cool. So we're good to go. Let's drag all this stuff in here. So yeah, I guess you can just get rid of this stuff pretty much at any time. The only time it really screws you over is if you're actually short a card, and therefore unable to throw them away. I don't think I need to keep Magic Half Plate or Troubadour, and this is the extra Pallegina. It's kind of weird, this interface. Is there anything else out here? There's actually more stuff in the stash. Yeah, there we go. There's 2 Edders. Or Adaires, I don't know how this is pronounced. Yeah, that's it then. Nice 75 gold payoff. Okay, so that will do it. So yeah, the next one's Foul Misgivings, probably one of the most infamous scenarios in all of Rise of the Rune Lords. I look forward to taking a crack at it and seeing if it breaks my streak. I'll see you guys soon.